Okay, I think we are officially live here. That being said, we are going to take some time to set up our chat here because I'm using a new software, right? As I mentioned, like, this isn't going to be like a full-on crazy show or anything like that. This is going to be me, kind of testing things out and seeing how things are going to go. How the fuck do I get... I want to go to my own dashboard. How the fuck do I do that? This is like real professional stuff here, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, real professional crap. Okay, here we go. Eventually I will probably, if we can't get some sorted here, I'm just going to leave the monkey. He's just going to sit there the whole time and just stare at you guys, blocking whatever happened to be there. Comrades, welcome. Let's see if we can get this whole kit and caboodle set up here. Alright, let's see if we'll actually get the chat here. I have not decided yet. I have not... Oh, sick! Yeah, I did it! Expert, genius, absolute technical genius right here. You guys are witnessing it first. How does that look? How can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me okay? Hopefully, there isn't a whole lot of issues there. The nice thing about like this new setup I've got here, it's going to be a lot easier to manage my audio levels as I see fit. So if the game's too loud, I'm too quiet, let me know, and I can easily adjust that on the fly. So I haven't decided what nation we're going to be playing as yet. Let me just bring up the chat here. I always have my wife's computer beside me set up so I can read the chat. What I really need to get is 2 freaking monitors. That's the real ticket. But yeah, haven't decided what nation we're going to be playing as. I can show you here. I'll show you a campaign that I've been playing. This is just me fucking around. We're 1945 right now. I'm the Nordic Socialist Union. What the hell is it called? The Nordic Union of Socialist Republics. And this campaign's pretty much done, to be honest. This is just to kill a little bit of time, get some people to come in before I decide what nation I'm actually going to be playing as. Great, thanks. Happy to hear it. No, sorry, we are playing Road to 56 today. So yeah, we're part of the Comintern, and we have managed to pretty much destroy everybody else. Britain went fascist in this game and joined Japan and the Allies. And now, like the Allies and Japan are like the last vestiges of resistance here. And then America created its own faction. What the hell is this faction called? ANZUS. And they're pretty powerful. They're like the Democratic faction in the game. And yeah, I just wanted to see, because they added in a Scandinavian and a Swedish focus tree specifically. Just wanted to see how it was, and it's pretty fun focus tree, pretty good. But yeah, just happy with how this campaign. It was ended up being a pretty epic battle here. I love, like I said, the one thing I love about Husvard is casualties. We had a pretty spectacular bloodbath with 13 million and 12 million spent on either side, and it's not done yet. So yeah, anyway, I think that's enough time killed, so let's actually decide what campaign we're going to be playing as. Road to 56, it's a pretty good mod, right? I've just been playing it because it's been a really good... I actually own... sorry, I'll finish my thought before I go into what you said. But Road to 56, I think, is a great mod, especially because it brings a lot of flavor to the game. I also have it's like a graphics enhancement pack mod or something like that. It's called Enhanced Graphics. So a lot of these portraits look different. They're not the vanilla portraits. And personally, I'm not a big fan of some of them. Like, I don't really like this one of Hitler or Stalin, to be honest. And Stanley Baldwin kind of looks plastic. But either way, that's not really why we're here. We're not here to analyze the plasticity of Stanley Baldwin. But anyway, on to your point. No, Ukraine is not a ban. No, we have. I don't think we have any banned topics at all. I'm happy to talk about whatever you want. You want to talk about Ukraine? My position on the conflict and where I stand is pretty clear, I think. But yeah, we can obviously talk about like what's going on. I've been following what's been happening in Ukraine pretty closely, and I mean, actually, I haven't been following it probably a week or two, just because it seems like it's been pretty slow. That there hasn't been a lot of news coming out, so there hasn't been really a lot to talk about on that front. But no, like I said, I don't really want to have any kind of crazy like banned topics, but I do want to keep it pretty chill. I don't want to like start like a shouting match or screaming match with anybody. But let's see what. Sorry, I keep getting distracted from Caesarion. I actually own the game, and I've been thinking about. I haven't played it yet. It's just like one of those games on my Steam list that has been sitting there that I haven't had the chance to play yet. And yeah, one of these days I definitely want to give it a try. And if like a lot of people have recommended that game to me, so it's definitely on my radar to like I said, I've already bought the game to definitely play and potentially do a video at some point. So yeah, I'm staring at the map here, and I'm trying to decide, like, the nice thing about Road to 56 is all of the nations have focus trees, pretty much. There's no nation that is really left out of the party, so everyone is kind of somewhat interesting. But you know what? I want to. Let's see if we can do I haven't played Yugoslavia in a long time. They're tempting me. A lot of these Balkan countries are tempting me right now. Any one of these, in fact. You know, let's go with Yugoslavia. It's been a long time, very long time, since I played Yugoslavia, so. Lots of Daniels on here. So how have I been lately? Outside of, I don't know if you read my message coming up to this particular live stream, but I talked about how I just had this, like, I don't know where it came from, but it was like a awful, like, double inner ear infection, and I haven't had like any type of ear infection since I was like 12, and then this thing just came out of nowhere and really toasted me, and but now that that's over with, I'm doing pretty good. Although now I seem to have some sort of like cold or something coming on. I just can't get a break. I don't know what it is. I always seem to be sick with some stupid minor illness. Almost all the time. Anyway, let's see. I haven't seen the 56 focus tree here. It looks pretty, honestly, it looks pretty similar to vanilla, so not a whole lot of changes there, although some of these focuses I definitely don't recognize. Obviously, we're going to go down the communist path. If you are at any point shocked by that, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. So, yeah, exactly. The Balkans are pretty fun because they do have a lot of expansion potential. Yeah, how long until I get Vord? We'll see. It all depends on how well I'm playing today. But yeah, I've been trying to follow most of the military stuff. Yeah, the conflict is grinding to a halt. However, Ukrainians have managed some counteroffensives in the south. Yeah, I've been reading about the southern counteroffensives for a while, but it seems like they just they can't get the traction, right? They can't get the traction to really move forward. But you know, if Ukrainians were able to retake Kherson, like that would be such a devastating blow to the Russians. I don't know how their military operation, quote unquote, would recover from something like that. Because that's one of their key points that they have to hold, right? because if they end up losing that point, the Ukrainians can shut off the water to the Crimea again. The whole area can start to slowly desertify like it was after 1914, and I think like that objective alone for Russia, that city alone, was like one of their obvious top priorities, and holding it is obviously a top priority for them. So yeah, if they were to lose it, it would be a pretty tough blow to come back from. Man, I feel like I'm a little bit fuzzy here. Is that just me? Like I want it to be a little bit better looking. Shit, there we go. Yeah, that's the one thing I'm struggling with live streams is to get like good image quality is sometimes kind of a pain in the ass. Although it's mainly my camera, I think, that doesn't look the greatest, but I don't know, like I said, I'm just watching it on my wife's computer. So yeah, right now I don't have much going on, so I guess we can kind of actually maybe bullshit and actually talk about what I was hoping to talk about. I also I don't know if I mentioned that I turned off historical AI for this playthrough. That is the best part about Road to 56, is playing with the historical AI off, because it's really, I feel like the mod is really meant to be played with the historical AI off. Okay, we gotta get the fucking communist multiplier up, so what is this? Local militias. This doesn't really give me any. Okay, this does give me communist support, so we'll do that. So am I gonna fight Italy? No, I just put them on the borders for a place to hold them for now. Honestly, where they're stationed doesn't mean anything. It's just a play. It's just where I told them to go, basically. Fighting Italy as Yugoslavia is doable. I've done it before, but it's definitely not doable right off the start, because Italy is one of the nations that actually starts with a pretty decent military. I don't know if it's worth it to go with the Communist Revolution. I'll just go with the Communist Revolutionary so I can get there faster. Where was he? There he is. Yeah, that's true. Sometimes, but I've noticed in this, Germany doesn't often go democratic. Usually they do something, and even if they do, there we go. They're not going democratic. We have a German civil war. Although it is possible for them to go democratic after the Civil War, though. But I don't think I've actually ever seen it. Oh shit! Fuck! I missed that. I had to be at war to get that. God damn it! Oh well. 2% extra recruitment population isn't the worst thing. Just not the one thing I'd want to take at the very start of the game. Like, who's the leader of the Reich right now? It's Himmler. Himmler's his leader. I don't know what the heck happened to, the Big H or Hitler or whatever the fuck you want to call him. I guess he got taken out. I guess he got dusted. So, sad day for nobody. Let's get some artillery here. I'm going to have all my bases covered. So anyway, yeah, I did kind of just wanted to spend some time like bullshitting about political topics just for a bit and current events, because one, I don't get the opportunity to talk about this kind of stuff in my personal life as much as I would like to, and it's a real passion of mine. I want to talk about these things, and I feel crappy not talking about them. It's like holding in a sneeze type of feeling. Except, it's an ideological sneeze. My wife is not very politically active, or, doesn't really follow current events or anything like that, which is honestly good for her. You know, people who don't follow the news, people who aren't political, tend to be a little bit more well-adjusted than those of us who do, you know? But, no, like I said, I just want to talk about this kind of stuff and what the fuck is happening in the world. And it obviously used to be something that, you know, I used to talk about a lot. But I feel like times were different back then, you know. people weren't so wrapped up in their political identities as they are today. Yes, I do remember that time. I do remember that was a weird day, weird several days. I can't remember exactly how long it was now that I think about it. What was it? A fucking like 2 or 3 week affair. Yeah. But anyway, so just to kind of, I guess, start off like at the beginning, because I haven't really spent a lot of time kind of outlining like where I am politically. Obviously, I'm still a very left-leaning person. That hasn't really changed at all about me. You know, I'm definitely not one of those like, you know, why I left the left type of weirdos. That's for sure. But I did, and I am still pretty disillusioned with like left-wing leadership in general. You know, the Democratic Party, the Liberal Party here in Canada. Just not, you know, not really a huge fan. You know, I was talking about this on my Discord, right? If you were to ask me, like, pull me, am I satisfied with Justin Trudeau? I would say no. But you know, I'm definitely not gonna vote for fucking Pierre Poilievre and the conservative clowns either, right? So I'm dissatisfied with where a lot of left-wing elites are and a left-wing thought is politically. But like I said, that doesn't mean I think fucking like Ron DeSantis or some shit is my guy or any of that kind of bullshit. But so if you're wondering about that, yeah, still a left-leaning guy. Still, you know, vote for the NDP here in Canada. You know, I think you know, honestly, I could just sit here and I could talk about politics for a very, very, very long time and just meander through all kinds of subjects and whatnot, and probably not pay as much attention to the game. That was actually one thing, and maybe I'll do this one day, that I was thinking of doing instead of actually playing the game, is just like sitting and like talking mostly about politics, and then maybe like one thing that I love to do is I love to boot up the... Hey, look, that's actually a pretty sick portrait of Tito. I really do like that portrait of him right there. But one thing I really like to do is I like to boot up the Cold War mod, and then at the start of the game I'll just like put no CB in the... I'll get military factories. We only have 3 military factories. You know, if I wanted to really just prevent myself from getting like vored, I would just go with like Soviet cooperation and then join the Comintern, and then it's gonna be very difficult for anybody to take me out. You can always go like pan Yugoslavian communism, which is actually a pretty fun path. But you know, it definitely makes it a lot more likely that you will get vored. What is this? Is not in a faction. Okay. Huh. That is interesting. Anyway, the only thing is like you kind of have to go down path of Yugoslavian communism because there's almost no other focuses on any of these other paths, so it's kind of shitty not to do that. So we'll do that. But yes. Oh shit, you're right. I completely forgot to to put my to put the fucking stream link in the Discord. Man, foolish. video URL. There we go. Oh, sorry about that. Completely forgot. So yeah, anyway, as I was saying, is one of the things I like to do is I like to just boot up the Cold War mod, put in NoCB, and then have the Soviet Union declare war on the West, like right away, and then just observe it, and then just, you know, peace out, go into observer mode, and watch the carnage. And that was one thing I was thinking of doing instead of actually playing the game, and, you know, and just mostly bullshitting. But obviously, if that is something that sounds appealing to you guys, I'm more than happy to do that. Yeah. It's just a way for Ukraine to be truly independent. Giving it a Russian imperialism leads to Russian oligarchs creating. Yes, of course it does. Like, yeah, I mean, it is like there's no question that I think that oh, sick, he's sick. All right, well, look at the Pan-Slavic Workers Congress, and just to piss off the Soviet Union, probably will get destroyed. But what are you gonna do? It basically like ends up as the world becoming like a Fallout universe. Like, it's pretty fun actually, just watching like the Titanic battles. People go the Titanic battle with both sides going at it. Anyway, as I was saying, I really like Ukraine is definitely. It is in, like, there's no question about it. It's in an incredibly difficult spot, because yeah, they definitely have to. They're forced into like obviously siding with, you know, the Russian bloc. I kind of like what Millennium Dawn calls them, sort of the emerging outlook, siding with the emerging outlook versus NATO type of thing. Like they really are forced into making a decision. But honestly, you know, if I were a Ukrainian, I would be hoping that my people would be, or my government would be, going towards the Western side over the Russian side. Because obviously we have a lot of issues in the West. There's a lot of problems. Don't get me wrong, but the Russian corruption these days it's like out of control, man. The Russian state it's such a fucking backwards mess. I don't understand why anyone would want to be part of it. Oh, if they actually made it a Cold War, like if they didn't actually have any fighting. But then again, you know, people like me who want to see 25 million dead on each side would be very unsatisfied. Very dissatisfied. Just so you guys know, I am completely playing on autopilot right now. I am very much not focused on the game whatsoever. This is something I've noticed happening a lot too, the Polish Peasant Union. I like this flag though. That is a fucking sick flag. Anyway, do I get any events? Oh, sick, I do. Okay, I got these peasant uprisings. Let's see what happens if I do that. Oh, I need actual equipment before I can arm the uprising, which I suppose makes sense. So I'll have to build up some of that. I guess I'll wait. How soon am I on developing my military industry? Pretty quick. I'll just pre-allocate those 3 factories. You know, be efficient. But, I mean, the whole conflict started over the EU and yeah, the Russia Economic Union. Yeah, that was, I guess, like, when I guess Russia really started to making this choice, like, there's no way that we can, you know, bring them into the sphere diplomatically type of thing. It's going to have to be a military response. I get the infantry expert. I know I should be doing this. I should be upgrading my fucking... I should be getting partial mobilization, what I really should be doing. Like I said, totally on autopilot right now. If you're like watching this for actual tips on how to play the game, definitely not not the right time right now. Oh, how many factories do I have actually? How many? I always forget my shit. Okay, I do have enough. I'm gonna found agency. I mean, if I'm gonna be trying to build this like sort of Balkan union here, I'm gonna try and get some communism boosted up through my agents a little bit. One thing I have noticed though is that if you don't, so if we don't find allies within the next 286 days, our faction will dissolve automatically. Which is, I think, actually kind of interesting. That's kind of an interesting concept. So it doesn't overwhelm with like all these one nation factions that don't go anywhere. So if we're not able to bring anybody into the sphere, then we'll just warmly embrace the arms of Papa Stalin. Thank you, comrade. Thank you, Jacob. Casto is what I think the Russian economic bloc has called themselves. I don't know exactly what it stands for, but I think it's like, what, CTSO? And it's just like, it's like Russia, Belarus, and like Tajikistan or something like that. What are we doing? Yeah, I gotta... Okay. So, first things first, get that psychological warfare. The World Ablaze mod. No, I have not checked out that mod. That sounds pretty interesting. Looks like the... Holy crap. They've got a ridiculous Spanish Civil War going on. We've got the Spanish Commune. Wait, what the hell is this? We have the Spanish Commune. We have the Spanish Republic, Nationalist Spain, and the Carlist Kingdom of Spain. And Nationalist Spain is ruled by the military junta. That is a mess. What? Why is there two different communist factions? Kind of another civil war. I guess this is Kaiserreich we're playing, actually. What kind of focuses have we got here? Economic centralization. That's pretty good. Defense Council, pretty good. Neutralize the opposition. Yeah, let's neutralize that opposition. Can't have too much opposition. It's like one of the things got to balance. Can't have too much, can't have too little. Alright, let's see if I can get... let's get some communism going. Propaganda campaign. Did this do anything in Bulgaria? I don't... I feel like this did not do shit. Not Bulgaria, sorry, Albania. Am I boosting... Okay, I'm at least boosting some communism here in Bulgaria. Let's just keep... I'm just going to keep getting upgrades until I can get a second agent, and then have them also continue to boost communism. Yeah, I did hear that rumor that like North Korea like said that we're gonna send troops to help Russians. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I would not want to be the North Korean guy who's like sent on that mission, because you're not coming back. Like, something tells me that, yeah, you're sent on a mission outside North Korea. You're gonna come back and be put into some sort of re-education camp. Yeah, I don't think that they're going to be able to do a whole lot. That's for sure. Okay, now with the opposition neutralized. Okay, I can only invite them once they are themselves communist, which I guess kind of makes sense. Anyway. Oh shit, I should grab that. Actually, well, I don't need the technology slot that bad. I can't believe Yugoslavia starts off with 4... I don't know if this is probably for 56, not vanilla, that Yugoslavia starts off with 4 tech slots. Because if they do, that means they start off with more than Russia does. Because I believe they only start off with 3 tech slots at the start of the game. Yeah, I'll get that mobilization. We're playing as Yugoslavia right now. Yes, I know. That is very interesting that Kazakhstan has not been towing the Russian line. And if there is one puppet, I would say, or not, maybe it's not 100% fair to call Kazakhstan a Russian puppet, but if there's one sort of country in their sphere of influence that they definitely do not want to lose, it would be Kazakhstan right now. And Kazakhstan, I mean, not only do they offer like a very good sort of protective belt for Russia, kind of protecting that underbelly that back in the day that the various nomadic tribes used to hoard through. Man, what the hell research do I want right now? But also, Kazakhstan has a ton of natural resources, just like a lot of the countries in the region, particularly oil. Kazakhstan has large quantities of oil. Anyway, I'll just get the advanced artillery. And if Kazakhstan wanted to, they can kind of undercut Russian oil and undercut Russian natural resources in certain areas. Like, they don't have the capacity to really deliver a lot of oil to, say, like Europe or anything like that. But they can do things like, kind of cut through the Caspian Sea and link up with Azerbaijan and, like send oil out into, through Turkey or other neighboring countries, that kind of stuff. And, kind of not have to rely on the Russians so much and also undercut their own sort of very dominant energy sector. Alright, I'm sad we can't, oh man, our quest to find allies is coming to a rapid close, and I think we're just gonna have to be forced to go back with the Comintern, because, we can't invite Bulgaria. I'm just trying to figure out which one is gonna be better for us. Construction speed, factory output. We get the Serbian steel. Okay, we'll have to go with the Serbian network just to get the steel. Yeah. How do I like my chances against Italy? Very poor. Everyone keeps thinking I'm going to fight Italy. I'm not. Like I said, they're just standing there. They're standing there more so in case Italy wants to fight me. But yeah, right now they are just kind of mean-mugging each other. So I'll just let them do that. Oh, do I want the elusive gentleman for the extra spy slot? Yes, that's what I do want. Okay, we do have our next spy coming in. Like I said, I don't think I'm going to be able to beat the self-imposed timer that the game has given me. Which is not the worst thing in the world. I don't think it really... I guess like a winter clothing. It won't cause a huge issue. No. This has been I like anyway chance against Italy. That's a fair point. That's a very fair point. No, this is not. This is 56. Okay, man. Poor Uruguay. Oh no! My poor faction was dissolved. Woe is me. Well, at least I don't think. Yeah, at least I don't get a huge sort of penalty for not getting there. But either way, I'll just keep boosting communism in Bulgaria. And then maybe they'll just become communist naturally. I mean, apparently I can still instigate propaganda in the country. It is very unfortunate that I didn't really have the tools I feel necessary to influence communism in the time that I was given. So, that is unfortunate. Excuse me. So, where does this leave me? It's 1939. I'm trying to decide if I could expand anywhere, really. I could probably expand against Bulgaria, even though I'm, like, sitting here and trying to slowly bring them towards my side. I'm now starting to realize that's probably a big old waste of time. So, you know what, let's send my spies elsewhere. Let's try and keep Bulgaria. Let's see if we can get Bulgaria, or not Bulgaria, Romania aligned with us. They'll be a better puppet anyway, and a better ally. Let's justify against Bulgaria. And hopefully we can crush them quickly and easily. Because, yeah, I can see that thanks to their focuses, they're already muscling out communism. So, why waste my time struggling with that battle when I can just crush them with my military? So, much to everybody's chagrin, I will not be fighting Italy right off the bat. I don't think I can really... I guess I could Vor up. No, okay, they're guaranteed by Albania. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. The Italian leadership, like, it's amazing to me, like, how consistently the AI, like, outperforms, like, Italy's real-life generals. Like, it's, because, I mean, like, on paper, like, Italy should have been fairly potent. You know, they definitely should not have had the piss poor showing that they actually did. And I have 6 fucking tech slots. This is ridiculous. Like, spending the whole time. I'm just gonna click on random shit. Just research whatever pops up. Oh, man. Get that economic output. So, get some fighters. Get a little bit of an air force going. Ah, here we go. ANZUS. They're coming in. Yeah. Big brain Cheeto. He does have like this portrait is, yeah, he definitely looks like he's got a big brain. You know, it looks like something's going on underneath there. If you know what else I should also get, I should also offers a rapprochement. Sure, I don't care. Get some anti-air. I love anti-air. Anti-air is one of the best tools in the game, in my opinion. Oh shit! I hate that. Wow. Well, they got sad day for them. Oh man, that's hilarious. Can I join their faction? No, the world tension's not high enough. I'm sure though, if someone declared war on me, they'd help us out. Let's get the And you know what? The 2 military factories are better. Yeah, I mean, Italy definitely, like, the thing about Italy is, like, when they want to make, they clearly can make good products, right? But it's like every single thing that they make is, like, treated like a handcrafted work of art, right? Like, you get something like a Lamborghini, right? It's you know, you can't, that's not something you can mass produce. And Italian design philosophy lends itself very poorly to sort of mass production. Yeah. Yeah, you definitely have to strike a balance between quality over quantity, but if I am going to choose one, I personally prefer quantity. Who do I want here? Who is going to be the best guy for the job? Regrouping, logistics, anti-submarine... Man, organization genius. Yeah, I'll take that. Yes, please. What stats does Tito have? I'll give him offensive doctrine. I prefer the organization, or the reinforcement rate, personally. I'll just those out. I'm having so much research that I'm like having trouble keeping track of other shit. I'll get my Air Force being constructed there. I'll get the steel now. How much longer until I can take these guys out? Oh, I thought someone had guaranteed them. Just 40 days. What do I need? What do I need? You know what? I think I should get some auxiliary things. Probably need some trucks. Oh, Germany declared war on the Republic of Lithuania. So there you go. We don't have to worry. There's no democratic Germany. The German Empire is, you know, they're doing shit. But I don't think that many people are going to come to the defense of Lithuania. I'll just follow Romania's lead. Not really interested in what's going on up there. Yeah, sorry, you guys just having your own conversation about, like, you know, World War II and how shitty Italy was, and it honestly is a pretty fun conversation, not gonna lie. But yeah, like I said, it's like one of those things, like, Italy should have done a lot better than they did. At least, you know, you'd think that they would, given what they had. And finally, I even have... okay, well... Yeah, these guys aren't going to last very long. They only have enough troops to man the front line, which is pretty sad. Oh, never mind, they do. They did man the front line. Not like it's going to help them very much, though. Anyway, so, you know, we're here to talk about politics. I guess, like, that's one thing I do love about history is, like, these kind of topics do all kind of blend together. Like, you know, history and politics are interwoven in a lot of ways, you know, because what, if, you know, politics starts as politics originally and then eventually becomes history. Yeah, like I said, I'm sad my faction didn't make it, but it's okay. Bulgaria will join us, whether they want to or not. A warm, loving embrace is coming for Bulgaria. The guy who was strung up at the gas station? I do not remember that. I do not remember the guy who was strung up at the gas station. I do remember when I was a kid, Lithuania has capitulated. Yeah, that was not surprising to anybody. But I do remember when I was a kid that there was a guy who, or like, there's this like big story where some guy went to, he went to go buy some gas or whatever, and then the people didn't pay, and they like drove away, and the gas attendant like came out and he like tried to like grab the car, and he got like dragged underneath it, and like eventually killed all over like this little bit of gas. And oh shit, I made that myself. I wanted to annex them, but I hit the wrong button. Such is life. Such is life. But anyway, and now that is why, at least I'm sure this is probably the law in most places. I'll stick with superior firepower, I guess. That now you have to prepay at the pump because they killed that one guy who came out and tried to stop him. I guess the moral of the story there is don't be a hero. Why are we talking about this? I don't fucking know. I don't remember the thing about the guy at the gas station. History is also known as politics for dead people. That's very good. Oh, Mussolini was hung at a gas station. Oh shit. Well, shit. I actually did. Was it a gas station? I mean, I do remember. I remember like seeing pictures of like his dead body in my history books. Like I guess I read some pretty gnarly history books back in the day. But yeah, I do remember like seeing pictures of him strung up. But I don't remember it being at a gas station. The Esso gas station and Pasile Laterero in Milan. Nailed that one. I wonder if they have like a monument. It's like, this is where Mussolini was hung. Come and take a picture. Oh, jeez. I mean, although then again, that can also be like one of those things like, supporters of his perspective could come and pay their respects at that area. I don't know. Abandon our efforts in the People's Republic of Bulgaria. Well, we didn't really need to abandon them. Now I'm wondering where I should, where we should go from here. I would like to connect up with the Soviet Union. The thing about Romania is, like, if you want to declare war on them, they're... Oh, shit. Oh, wow. They're already in the Allies. Hungary's already in the Allies. Did Britain go fascist again? No, they didn't. Okay. Okay. Oh, man. So, yeah. Central Powers did declare war, April 1939. Interesting. Okay. Okay, all these people are guaranteeing. I wonder if I could cut through. You know what? Let's declare war on Austria. We'll take them out. Something tells me no one's going to come to their defense, but I bet you if Germany might step in or something like that if I declare war on them. Holy shit! This is like, look at this picture of him. He looks super fucking stoned in this picture. Like, look at how close his eyes are. They are like narrow slits. Oh, check it out. We got the French. The French went communist and joined the Allies. If you're gonna be a hero, you may as well be an armed one, right? I suppose you can't argue with that logic. Dash the squares for... Man, I'm so lost with this game. Well, I mean, Like I said, this is like no historical AI. This is just total random nonsense that is unfolding before us right now. I guess we'll go for economic centralization. I'm just trying to see where I can go. I see if I can pick up friends before I decide to tangle with Italy. Well, I'm a little sad that Bulgaria is not doing anything. Oh, look at this guy. This guy looks pretty sickly. Yeah, he's calling him a martyr be a bit over the top. That's for sure. Well, everyone's back in Coke in the 40s. I wouldn't know. That sounds true, but I cannot confirm or deny that. Oh no, what's he doing? Oh. Holy shit! Germany's just committing suicide. Holy crap! They're just getting carved out. Well, at least I'm not going to get bored this time. It's Germany is the one who's going to get bored. They decided to pretty much just declare war on everybody. And, yeah, I don't think it's going to go too well for them. Although, who knows? Not Mahed Chapeo. He was a real beauty. my dead spies. Yeah, I forgot about those guys. Oh man, that's funny. Those poor bastards. Hey, we're actually getting enough that we can produce some actual guns here. Oh, sick. Okay. Alright, actually... Wow, we actually have a pretty solid infantry division here already. The only thing I might want to add is... some artillery. Do I have it in storage? I have enough that I can bite that for a while. Yeah, but that's not that's a pretty good infantry to play right there. That's not one I need to really mess around with too much. How much experience do I have? 36. Can I get? Do I have enough anti-air? I got enough anti-air to run the deficit 2 for a little while. There we go. That should do the trick. Well, now I don't know what to do with these spies. Oh, what did the Soviets just declare war on? Are they going to war with Japan? They are going... Soviet has war goals. Soviet's at war with Empire of Brazil, Republic of Colombia, and the Empire of Manchuria? What the fuck is happening? The Rio Pact, huh? The King of Italy joined the Rio Pact. Oh, I think I am going to declare war on the King of Italy after Austria. Because they have done themselves solid and sort of walking themselves into a corner here. Declaring war on the Soviets. Man, there's a lot of crap happening right now. The Allies are exploding out of control. Oh man, are they fighting? Oh, okay, yeah, we got it. We got to declare war on these guys. So everyone will be vindicated. All the people who really wanted me to fight Italy will be vindicated. Okay. You know what? You, my friend, my buddy old pal, are going to go down there. Okay. Now, I don't... Let's give these guys... Oh, man, they need some desert clothing. I got 6 research slots. I don't know what to spend this shit on. I guess I can upgrade my fighters. Master Tactician Hitler. It wasn't Hitler. It was fucking Wilhelm. It's Wilhelm's Wilhelm the Third. Look at this guy. Yeah, he's not yeah. Past sort of Otto von Bismarck, the German high political command stopped really producing sort of grand strategic minds. They always had great tactical minds, right? They always have very, very strong tactical officers and profoundly advanced battlefield tactics. But when it came to sort of the big picture grand strategy stuff, the Germans have always sucked. Well, not always. After Otto von Bismarck, they've sucked. There you go. There's my... I guess that's not really that much of a hot take. Germans sucked at grand strategy. Oh, the Alex Jones trial. Like I've only been watching just like the clips that people have been like the clips that gone viral and what have you. I haven't been following it closely. I just think it's hilarious. It's one of the greatest forms of entertainment I've seen in a long time. I do definitely feel terrible for what the families have had to experience from all the crazy shit that he says, but just watching him, watching some of those clips and watching him melt down in court, it was one of the few joys that 2022 has had to offer so far. Oh, this is like the Alex Jones trial. The Alex Jones trail. That would actually be pretty dope. That would be a pretty dope game. It's like Oregon Trail. It's like Alex Jones Tycoon or something. And like the whole purpose of the game is like you have to kind of come up with like just crazier and crazier shit to say to keep people's attention. It's like... But like the one thing like I was trying to figure out like was this whole thing about his lawyers getting sent like like the prosecution or whatever getting sent all of Alex Jones's texts or something like that. His lawyers accidentally sending out all his texts. Like I trying to feel like what the hell, like how does something like that happen? Like I don't understand how something like that happens unless like you're trying to self-sabotage or I don't know. It's definitely a very weird moment. But I did. Okay, we're gonna get the war here on these guys very soon. Like, let's get some limited conscription going here. Yeah, you know, Alex Jones going down. I mean, I don't know if he'll be able to pay. What did you say was the $49 million? I don't know how much like money the guy has. I've heard so many and I've seen so many like contradicting sort of statements on like how much money the guy has. Like I've heard a lot of people say like essentially he's broke, you know, and that this will crush him. Like there'll be no way he'll be able to recover from this. I've heard other people say, you know, this is like a drop in the bucket for him. He's got the money. He'll you know, this is not a big deal for him. He'll be it off, no problem. I don't know. like I said, I don't know how much money the guy has. It's just, oh, sick! I can join. This is exactly what I wanted. Although, like, I know he's got that whole like supplement thing that he does, and I don't think there's any way we can really know like how much money he makes off that. Like, I don't think he like discloses it or anything like that. Wow, I can't believe I don't have an airport closer to the Alpine region here. Okay, yeah, they're gonna want me to join in this war against Italy, and I would like to eat up Yugoslavia here before, not Yugoslavia, Austria here before I do that. Man, yeah, it doesn't look like they're actually gonna be able to break through the fucking mountains here. They are really chewing up their forces, trying to break through. Man, Austrians actually had more troops than I gave them credit for, but they are just stupidly throwing them away on our front lines. Okay, there we go. They're just gonna. So here's what we're gonna do instead. Unfortunately, they joined together, so we're gonna have to redraw our line here. Hopefully we can smoke out these Italians here. Holy smokes. Okay. That's how it's done. Well, hopefully these guys will be enough to hold the line. Let's instead focus our Air Force on defending our territory now that we know the Italians are going to come. Man, they really chewed through their forces there. Oh shit. That's right. Do I have anything I can throw onto this? Give it a medium cannon. There we go. Interwar heavy tank. Oh no, it's a light tank that I need. Shit. Small armaments. Proof small cannon. There we go. Okay, well, we got them out of here, which is great. I don't know if I should bother garrisoning the coastline here. You know what? I'm not going to. Instead, I'll just have... Let's just have everybody come up here. Everybody's coming up here. Get rid of all this crap. All the crap. See if I can punch through. Yeah, I don't think Italy is going to be long for this world, and I don't think that they will have the naval capacity to be able to stop me. No, I don't want you. Oh, fuck. You son of a bitch. Ugh. Oh, man. That's why these guys aren't. There we go. I don't know why it wasn't letting me just get rid of that freaking garrison order. That was annoying. I guess I can get some medium bombers. Why not? Okay. Now I'm actually focused on the war instead of like what I actually wanted to talk about. Man, there's a lot of shit. This is the system set out by mistake. All his money is golden berries in the backyard. I wouldn't be surprised if that guy has like fucking hidden caches of gold and shit like that. Yeah. Yeah, his... Yeah, I definitely, like, I won't lie, do not know much about the world of Alex Jones health supplements. Definitely not an area of my expertise. Nice, okay, we're actually making some real progress here. Wow, we're crushing them. Man, these guys are putting it, they're going on last stand, and they're just getting chewed through. Like, I've noticed that the AI in 56 is a lot more prone to putting its troops on the last stand, and sometimes it actually helps them because, you know, they'll hold out better, but more often than not, it's actually worse for them because they'll end up chewing through their strength, like right here. Like, this unit's almost dead. I mean, it did give it enough time to hold the line to get a fresh regiment in to reinforce it, but it's not going to make a big difference. There we go. Already got some juicy encirclements. Oh shit. It's frog oil. So yeah, so my opinion on the Shinzo Abe assassination, like that guy who fucking took him out with like, what the hell was it, like a hairdryer or something? Oh man. You know, as a well-known Japophile and someone who's been interested in Japanese culture and history virtually his entire life, it reminded me of something like from a very past era of Japanese politics, like an era, it was like a 1930s like type of hit, you know, like or 1920s type of thing back before, you know, sort of just before the war period. And it was honestly insane because most people know that gun laws in Japan are extremely, extremely strict. In fact, not just gun laws, you know, are strict in Japan. All laws surrounding pretty much all weapons and anything that can remotely be conceived as a weapon are very, very prohibited. Like things like, even like there are stories that you'll read where foreigners will have scissors that they haven't properly stored, and they'll get you know, they'll get questioned by Japanese police over stuff like that because, you know, it could be a weapon, could be dangerous. So they're very, very, very safety oriented people, you know. And this guy, like he was able to create his own gun, which is like kudos to him, like to be able to have the skill to be able to do that, to make your own gun. And I think the guy was a member of the military, the Japanese Maritime Defense Force. So he had some skills, obviously, had some knowledge. So like that's one of the things, like, you know, of course people will bring up the assassination reference to like North American or American politics, and they're like, well, you know, Japan has strict gun laws and it wasn't able to stop Shinzo Abe from getting assassinated, and it's not like, you know, being able to, like, you know, manufacture your own hairdryer fucking jury rigged gun is common knowledge, or something that most people are going to be able to do with, you know, obviously out some sort of prior knowledge or training. Like I said, this guy had some sort of military experience. So I always thought that was kind of like a weird, argument to make at the time. But yeah, it was very shocking at the time. Honestly, like now that I think about it, it's probably the most shocking news politically I've seen all year, because it's really been a long time. Like now that I think about it, that like a leader or a former leader, I guess in this case, and I think a lot of people could say leader because Shinzo Abe was known to have his hands very deep in the god damn, why am I blanking on the name? Fuck, I'm gonna look it up right now. What is it, the Japanese National Party? Liberal Democratic Party. So yeah, he was well known to still have his like fingers within the Liberal Democratic Party and kind of pulling the strings behind the scenes. There was like lots of rumors that he would come back yet again out of retirement or some sort of bullshit and make yet another go. So yeah, he was still like, even though he wasn't the leader anymore, I still think he was probably pretty politically active within the party politics, and probably had a considerable sway on the policy decisions of the party. But anyway, as I was saying, it's been a long time since a former leader has of a a country as advanced as Japan to have been assassinated like in the street like that. I can't think of the last time something like that happened. So I'm sure it was very shocking for the Japanese people at the time. And honestly, like, because the guy himself, right? Like, actually, let me take some time to read what people are saying. Oh yeah, the Abe, another pointless Abe killed. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Yes, I am very excited for the new DLC. Yeah. Actually, I mean, I wouldn't know. I have looked up like just shit like videos on YouTube, like how you could make like a gun on at home, and it'll be like videos of guys and like they'll be like in their fucking garage, and it'll be like like a metal pipe, and he'll be like welding it together, and like it definitely looks like something that it would be possible, like it's definitely within the realm of possibility. I'm not going to argue that it's not impossible for someone to make a homemade weapon like that without prior knowledge and experience. I just think that it would be very outside the bounds of like an average person, and unless someone was especially motivated, they wouldn't be able to do something like that. It'd be like, it's like they're jury-rigging like pipe guns from fucking Fallout or some shit. But in terms of like the political situation, like as I was saying, this guy, he hasn't. The thing about like Japanese people is like it can be very tough to tell like what their motivations are, and like they're not willing to speak impolitely. And so, when this guy was talking about his motivations for assassinating Shinzo Abe, he's talking about like how he was involved in this particular like religious cult or something like that, and that kind of stuff. Like I honestly have no idea how much of that is true or how much of it is politically motivated. But from what it seems like, it doesn't seem like the guy was actually trying to like stop the Liberal Democratic Party, or was like a huge political opponent of the Liberal Democratic Party. But if he was, he definitely didn't accomplish his goal, because now the Japanese people support that party more than ever. rapidly evolving into like a one-party state. You know, and then again, right? You know, Japanese people are not. Hooray! Take that, everybody who thought Italy was going to win. Man, I can't believe that Wilhelm is still kicking around. He has still managed to survive, unbelievably. But they're creeping toward, the Allies are creeping towards Berlin. But yeah, Japanese people are not very prone to change or anything like that anyway, so, you know, when they find something that works for them, they tend to stick with it for a long time. So the Liberal Democratic Party was and apparently still is working for them, so they probably will not change it anytime soon. And this assassination certainly didn't change that equation. So there you go. I guess that's what I can say about that. So yeah, I'm on a watch list for watching these kind of videos. I mean, like, let's be fair. This kind of shit is on YouTube. It's easily accessible, and I like. I don't know if most people know this about me. Like, I'm a pretty like crafty person. Like, I like to make shit myself, and I like to create my own things. You know, I like to cook my own food. You know, if you follow me on Discord, I mentioned that I recently made my own bacon at home, and it was fucking delicious. Or well, still is. I still have some left in the freezer downstairs, and it was amazing, and way better than the store-bought version, and infinitely cheaper too. All you had to do was have a little bit of patience. So yeah, I'm the kind of guy who always wants to build his own shit and create stuff from scratch. So I was curious, like, how easy would it be to create like a weapon, you know, in your garage? And yeah, like I said, it's doable. But like for what this looked incredibly unsafe. I would say that. I mean, I'm not. I would not be comfortable like you know, putting gunpowder in a tube and just like hoping that it doesn't blow up in my face and that kind of stuff. But then again, you know, if you know what you're doing, you know, it's. You have obviously a lot more options available to you. I am not a person who knows what they're doing. I spent 2 seconds like not looking at the research counter, and then I had like 15 slots open up. But yeah, Japan's political opposition is almost non-existent, essentially. It's 2 days before the election. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, the assassination. Yeah, but it wasn't like Abe was running for election. It was just like a member of his party. It was like a local, or no, I think it was like a senatorial election. Japan has like a super weird and interesting political system. It's kind of like it's like a weird hybrid of like very based on like, you know, the American political system, because obviously they kind of had a big impact in how that whole democracy was founded, but definitely with their own you know, their own flavor and their own style of government. But yeah, I think it was like a senatorial candidate or something like that. So yeah, that was me. That was me long back in the day. Back in the day. Back when I had long metal hair. This is Road to 56. Yeah, I have heard about 3D printed guns. That is definitely something I've heard about, and again, as I'm mentioning, as someone who is, you know, is crafty, 3D printing is something I've been looking into. I got a buddy of mine who is into it, and he just like things like running all the time, He's printing off like, if like the battery on the back of his remote breaks, he'll go and he'll find like a blueprint and he'll like print off a new piece and put it on, or like if the handle on his whatever breaks, just shit like that. I wanted to get into it, and I have been following like 3D printing for a while, and I have heard considerable amount about 3D printed guns. The big issue I've heard, and you guys can feel free to enlighten me about this, with 3D printed guns is the fact that they can't last very long. Like, they're very unreliable. Like, they can only go for like a couple hundred rounds before they break down. I guess if you like really wanted to, do some damage, that's all you need. You would need. But that is what I understand is like you can't create guns which are extremely reliable, and also something like that would pass a metal detector, because like a lot of these guns, from what I understand, like the parts are plastic and they're 3D printed and then they're put together, but some parts still need to be metal because they need to withstand the force, essentially, that setting off a bullet would do within a chamber of a barrel, right? If you understand what I'm saying, and that most plastic parts can only withstand that for a few times before they break down. It's a good question. I want to get back to that. Oh yeah, my ear-shattering border gore. This is some beautiful border gore. This is the most disgusting crap you've ever seen in your friggin' life. Yeah, I'm always trying new things. That's like one of my greatest curses, is that I'm always trying new shit. I have trouble sticking to like one thing. 3D printed magazine is where it's at. Yeah, because at that point you don't really need like. I mean, if you have a 3D print magazine, you can 3D print like a giant fucking banana hammock that can fit like 200 bullets, I guess, if you really wanted to. Yeah, that's what I mean. That a lot of these designs, they still have to have metal parts. So like, if you wanted to, like get a gun through a metal detector, and you were like a terrorist and you wanted to shoot up an airport or some shit like that, you couldn't really do it with a plastic printed. You couldn't create a reliable 3D printed weapon that could actually get through a metal detector, is what I'm understanding. Though obviously, like you said, like if you can create like a 90% plastic gun and then a 10% metal gun, and it'd still probably be fairly reliable. I'm sorry, I want to get back to that question. Do you think there's a chance that Biden and Trump will both not be candidates in 2024? I really hope so. I'm not, I'm not really a big fan of either of those two people. But I will say that Joe Biden, I think, has been definitely showing some signs of life in the last couple months. But holy shit, I should probably be spending all these points. I think honestly, and then when it comes to Trump, I mean, we have been hearing for years and years and years, the walls are closing in. They're going to get Trump. They're going to, they're going to take him away. Somehow he's still, he's the greasiest guy that ever fucking slid his way out of a grease bucket, and he's still able to always get away, or always find a way that he can scapegoat. So who knows if like this is really the time that they get him or whatever, but it's not looking good for Trump right now. If I were Trump, I would not. I mean, I would not be happy. I would be sweating, and this is definitely going to hurt his chances coming into the 2024 election. I mean, who knows how long if it is going to have sticking power, who knows what the future holds? Who knows if what kind of things will be revealed as investigations and things unfold? But I mean, I think there's no question about it. This hurts his chances for 2024. So I'm thinking more and more that they'll probably try and go with Ron DeSantis. But the thing about Donald Trump is, like, he's not the kind of guy who's going to go quietly into the night. So if they're going to try and, like, put DeSantis in there, I don't think he's the kind of guy that's just going to be like, okay, you know what? I will relinquish the party mantle to Ron DeSantis now, and I shall give him my blessing. No, he's like the kind of guy who strikes me like, if you aren't going to go with me, I'm going to do everything in my power to burn this motherfucker down. So I think that there might be a chance that the Republicans, with all of Trump's baggage and everything that he comes with, he still has that dedicated fan base that will come out for him. And, that's worth something in politics. So they might just have to be like, fuck it, we have to bite the bullet and put this guy, because if we don't, he can do more damage on the outs. But I'm not 100%, like I said, I'm not 100% sure about that. It's all just like kind of rampant speculation. But I definitely would like it if neither Joe Biden or Donald Trump ran. I just think, like, even if, like, Joe Biden really turns it around in the next couple of years and he actually has a good presidency, like the guy's, he'll be 82. That's old, guys. That's so old. Like, I mean, can we please let somebody younger run the country? And obviously Trump is not much younger by any stretch of the imagination, which is why I don't really want either of those two running in particular. But yeah, like, at 82, like, you're past the average life expectancy. Like, it's, and then he runs and actually wins, right? I mean, he'll be the president until he's like 86 years old. That's crazy. That's crazy. So I would like it if he didn't run either. Although right now he's definitely like, I think he could beat Trump again if he ran. If Trump ran, I think Biden could win. Although against Ron DeSantis, I don't know. The thing about a guy like Ron DeSantis is, like, he is the kind of guy who the wheels can really come off once people start looking at him and actually seeing the shit he's done, because he's not like Trump in the sense that he's not a politician. Like, he's actually done shit, and he actually has a record. He actually, like, he'll have stuff that he has to defend. So I think, like, once he actually starts campaigning, there'll be a lot of things that he could be attacked on, and I don't think he'll be as strong a candidate as once the attacks really start coming. He'll look stronger than he is, I think, because people aren't really attacking him so much. So I do think, though, like, if you were to at this point in time, if Ron DeSantis and Joe Biden were to go at it in 2024, I would give, like, Ron DeSantis the edge, like, by a slim margin. Not like it wouldn't be a blowout. I'm talking like 45 to 55 type of percentage points. But I think, like, if he were to go up against Donald Trump again, I think he'd probably have a much better odds, maybe like 65, 75% chance of winning again. Man, I gotta get catching up with you guys here. That 200 round bag is impractical. Yeah, it probably would be impractical. Yeah. Has a U.S. politician gone to jail? Yeah, lots of U.S. politicians have gone to jail in the past. What do you think about Onion Abbott, Australia's best prime minister? I don't know much about Australian politics, unfortunately, Though we got a guy on our Discord who's Australian, and he's like super into Australian politics. He is like very, very much in the know. You think DeSantis will stay out if Trump runs? I think that would probably be smart of him. I think, like, he's young. Youngish. He can bide his time. He doesn't have to run in 2024. But then again, I always wonder if in 20, like, here we go back. Let's go back in time and remember 2012, and back when the world wasn't as fucked up, I guess. So we'll go back in time to 2012 when Chris Christie was seen to be like the guy, the next like Republican standard bearer or whatever, and everybody was like on him to run in 2012, and he didn't do it. And I think if he had did it, he would have had a strong chance of winning. I don't know if he would have beat Romney, but I think he would have had a strong chance of winning. And the thing, like, that was his moment, because come 2016, things had changed. Obviously you have Trump, but not only that, you've got, like, a whole different political climate. The guy's had, 4 years to have his name run through the mud, to have, his time to make his gaffes and do stupid things. And then, by 2016 rolls around, he gets completely demolished in the primary. So there's always a possibility that if DeSantis says, you know what, I don't want to stir the pot. I'm just going to let Trump, run again. I'll bow down to him, let him do his thing. He can do that, and who knows what could happen in that 4 years, right? 2024 could be his time, and then come 2028, maybe he could be in like a Chris Christie scenario where his, name isn't so much being considered as a real political contender. Who knows, right? You never know in politics, and that's the thing. Yeah, because if he does run against Trump, I do think it would be really bloody, right? It would be a bloodbath, Do you want to go through that? Do you want to go through that if you're Ron DeSantis and, right now you're riding high? Maybe you don't. I don't know. There are a lot of political considerations to ask yourself. I think Bernie runs. No, Bernie's done. Same problem. He's too old. Yeah, American elections. That's the whole point about American elections. That's the simultaneous most fun thing about them, and the most frustrating thing is that they are happening always, continually, forever, and ever. Mike Pence or Liz Cheney might go for a Republican run. I mean, I don't think Liz Cheney will do it, but Mike Pence will probably run. I think he'll get completely destroyed, but he'll run. Oh yeah, I do remember when Chris Christie hugged Obama. That was a time. Man, sorry, I'm having trouble keeping up with you guys. Fortunately, the war is over, and we have won it, so I don't really have to actually worry too much about the game. I can just kind of let the Allies slowly grind down the German Empire. I should see. I want to see what is... Man. They're doing way better than I thought they would, honestly. But I don't think that they'll win this. Excuse me. Sorry, let me see if I can catch up with some of you guys here. Okay, sorry. Someone was asking me, I can't remember who asked me about the current shenanigans in the Alberta government. I mean, like, I've always, not to get too much into, like, my local politics and whatnot and how things are here, the political climate here, but I've always obviously believed that Kenney was a piece of shit. I never understood why, the Conservatives chose him over a guy like Brian Jean, who, not my guy, but he is a human being who represents what he represents, where Jason Kenney is like an empty husk of, like a soulless homunculi that is kind of like driven forward by corporate greed and political lobbying. So I never understood why they wanted this guy. I always knew he was going to be a fucking disaster from day one. It was shitty when he was in the cabinet. It was shitty when he was in the Harper government. He never did anything for Alberta when he was actually in the government. He was not going to do anything for Alberta when he was the premier of the country. Sorry, not the country. Some people would like to think it's a country of the province. But in any case, and yeah, obviously he's been a disaster. Now we're watching the leadership race go on. I haven't really been paying attention to the leadership race. I think Brian Jean will win it. I mean, the UCP is a disaster of a party. I really hope that the NDP will win again in 2023. I could tell you from living here, in comparison from the NDP government to the UCP government, honestly, when Rachel Notley was the premier of Alberta, that time from when I first moved here from 2015 to 2019, those were awesome times, to be honest. Those were actually really good times. And since Kenney's taken over, not as good times. So, in any case, I really do hope that they go down. But this province, it is what it is. So we'll see how they vote when push comes to shove. But man, yeah. So what else here? Ukraine saying that Western private creditors privatizing Ukrainian industry sucks too. I mean, obviously, I'm not a big fan of privatizing industry in general. Considering my economic stance and my economic philosophy, generally speaking, I don't think. There we go, fall of Berlin finally. Privatization is the way to go. But as from my understanding, basically after the fall of the Soviet Union, and both Russia and Ukraine and a lot of the former Soviet satellite states, I thought a ton of their industry was privatized after the fact, right? I thought they sold off tons and tons and tons of their assets essentially at ridiculously lowball prices, essentially to try and cover their debts. I know that for sure happened in Russia. I'm not as much sure as it happened in Ukraine, but the thing is, privatization in those countries, I'd say, had been happening for a while, considering that the Soviet Union fell, which is a centrally controlled economy, right? You're going to have to privatize a lot of stuff after the fall of that. So I guess I'm not 100% sure what you're trying to say, but I can definitely see the thing, in wartime, people are going to try, people can always try, are going to try and rip other people off and make a profit and wheel and deal on the backs and suffering of other people, and it's going to happen on all sides of the conflict. So I guess I'm basically, I'm not sure if you're talking about because I have heard stories of equipment being sold off and stuff like that. I don't know if that's true, and I don't know if that's what you're referring to. But ultimately, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've been seeing a lot of people bringing up shitty things that have happened in the Ukrainian sphere, and shitty things that Ukrainian commanders have done, and like I said, it's wartime, you know, and people are going to make mistakes. People are going to do bad. People are are not going to choose the most optimal routes all the time. So, and honestly, I think given the situation that Ukrainian High Command has been in and the resources they've had to work with, I think that they have done a pretty remarkable job, right? I think the fact that we're here even talking about Ukraine still standing now, like 6 months later, like go back to like 2021 before this whole thing went down. I personally would not think that Ukraine would still be standing after 6 months of armed conflict with Russia. So I think that fact, like I think people don't mention that fact enough. Like now that we're here, now that we're in, you know, the situation that we're in now, like people don't remember and think about how extraordinary the fact that Ukraine is still standing at all is. So I do like to remind people of that occasionally, and the fact that it doesn't look like that they're, you know, that Russia is going to be able to overtake the country anytime soon, is also obviously a testament to just how deeply we all really underestimated them. Okay, gotta catch up here. Oh, that's actually interesting. I did not know that most agricultural industry was state run until 2016. That is actually interesting. Okay. Wow, he lives close to me. Out in Leduc. Leduc is not a very exciting town. Yeah, I'm in Edmonton. I live in Edmonton. Yes, I do. I do miss the time when we had the crack smoking mayor of Toronto, and that was all that anybody talked about. And that's also a good point. We did overestimate the capabilities of the Russians. I definitely think that there is a combination of both things happening there. That underestimation of Ukraine and an overestimation of the Russian capabilities. Because, you know, they made damn good propaganda, right? You saw some of those, like, recruiting fucking commercials, and they look like hyper badasses, and, like, they're flying around in jets, and, like, lifting weights, and talking about how they're gonna smash all their opponents, and you're like, man, these guys are fucking badass. Turns out, not as much as we thought. Yeah, I am. That is another thing. I am surprised at how effective, like, old military gear is still proving to be. Like older military gear, like gear that. I mean, you see some crazy pictures, right? The thing is, like you can never really like just go off pictures, like alone, right? As you know, things can easily be manipulated and whatnot. But you see some crazy pictures of like Maxim guns, like World War I guns being used on the front and shit like that. But more so, it's like we're talking Cold War era military tech being used, and yeah, it's surprisingly effective. And one of the things like I didn't see coming and didn't consider at all really is how things like drones can actually pair with older technologies and like breathe new life into older technologies, specifically something like artillery, right? Like you can use reconnaissance drones to do artillery spotting for you, and I mean that's like a workaround for precision ammunition. Essentially, like you can shoot with unguided munitions with a lot more accuracy with fucking drone reconnaissance, right? And that was like stuff I was not thinking about at all. That would be so impactful on the modern battlefield. Modern battlefield sounds like something fucking Solid Snake would say. Or, no, it would be Big Boss, wouldn't it? Because that was his thing. Was that Metal Gear Solid 3 where they like have that knife fight at like the last spoilers for Metal Gear Solid 3? Like they have that like knife fight. It's like in like a field, like flowers or some shit, and it's like Boss and Big Boss, and they're like fighting each other. And only thing I remember, like really vividly remember, is like Boss talking about like I gave birth on the battlefield, and I thought that was like the stupidest, corniest shit like I ever heard in my life, and I was like 13 or something at the time, and I can't remember how I got off into this tangent. To be honest. The VDV. Oh yeah, I do remember like that VDV guy. Like they had like the two. What are they? Those two Russian machine guns. I can't remember what the three like RPDs or whatever they were. And he's like holding them, and he's got these like massive fucking like biceps. And yeah, it's like this guy can mess you up, but you know, not as fearsome as we thought, I guess. Do I ever think Ukraine will be able to reclaim places like Crimea? Honestly, like at this point, I think it would be tough. The only way I can really see them like regaining a lot of their lost territory right now is through like grinding the Russians down, essentially, through a long process of attritional warfare to the point where sorry, excuse me, that essentially like the Russians can't continue to occupy territory. That, or we like flood Ukraine with like, advanced Western weaponry. But even then, like, you know, that can only take you so far, right? You know, I am surprised at how static this war, like what we're seeing, and I don't know if what we're seeing in Ukraine is going to be indicative of, you know, potential battles in the future and potential conflicts going into the 21st century. You know, I don't know if this is going to be indicative, but if it is, I'm very shocked at how like static everything has been. I definitely thought things would be, you know, you think things would be more fluid, I guess, like you think it would be like World War II with like these big encirclements, and you know, maybe we're just playing too much Hearts of Iron. And whatnot, but yeah. So I don't know. If they're gonna regain it, I don't think it's gonna be anytime soon. Yeah. It was pretty funny. Like, did you guys see that one clip? That like went viral. What was it, like 2 or 3 months ago? Where like George Bush is up there, and he's like giving some speech, and he's like, you know, back in the day when he's like, we gotta condemn Putin for this illegal invasion of Iraq. I mean, Ukraine. It's just like, oh man, this guy admitted, right, that he basically, what he was doing is essentially like a colossal war crime, and against, you know, virtually all established international law at the time. So, you know, like you know, the U.S. definitely has, the U.S. definitely has its problems. So. I'm not going to deny that. Yeah. That's a good point about drones being what like planes were to World War One. Well, yeah. I mean, the thing about I have a tough time again, like really finding reliable like casualty figures. So let's see if we can find like an actual fight that's happening somewhere. There's like no. Is there any real wars happening on the continent right now? Soviet-Italian War? Soviet-Brazilian War? No, the wars have kind of petered out. That's unfortunate. In any case, as I was saying, yeah, I don't know what the casualty rates are, and I feel like I can't even really begin to estimate. Like, I feel like we aren't going to know what realistic casualties look like for a long, long time. But again, you know, we have inclinations and we have ideas, but yeah, it looks like right now, especially, you know, with things turning into like attritional warfare, we're talking probably high losses. I guess yes, unrelated cringe, yeah. Yeah, neither side is really capable of fighting each other right now, right? We're so stalemated. Yeah. Or wait, are you saying Russia was using 10-width divisions? It's very possible they were using 10-width divisions. You know, in fact, I don't think that they use really divisions anymore. Anyway, it's all battalions these days. Like divisions are kind of sorry, excuse me. Yeah, divisions are kind of like an outdated metric, aren't they? Like it's all battalions these days. I mean, yeah. Yeah, that clip was a gem. But yeah, I mean, I like the war in Ukraine right now. It is something that we're all kind of sitting and watching with like bated breath, and I feel like it's like on pause. Like we're sitting and we're just all in limbo, and you know we have no idea. We have no idea what the fuck is going to happen. But yeah, I definitely feel like we're hurtling all together in a very, very uncertain and uneasy future. And yeah, I don't know. We could probably get into more for. Like I said, I really want to do more of these kind of streams going forward because honestly, it's pretty low effort for me to do something like this. You know, and I'm at the point where I can sit and I can really talk about this stuff for long periods of time comfortably. In any case, so we can get into my very doomer attitudes to the world. Like, you know, I think that these next 10 years, these next 10 to 15 years are, you know, oh boy, buckle up, buckaroos, because they are going to be fucking wild. And I couldn't even begin to guess some of the crazy shit that is gonna happen. And you know, I don't know. I think yeah, we're gonna see some very, very substantial changes in the world. And the only thing I feel like I know what will probably cause these changes, and you know that they're coming soon, but I have no idea what things are going to look like on the other side, essentially. And basically, you know, there's a lot of different factors that are really coming together to make, I think, like the 2020s to be a real shitstorm. Thankfully, if you live over here, you're probably not going to be in too much of a shitstorm. You know, the North America will chug along with relatively few geopolitical disruptions. My big question mark in North America is what is going to happen with this country politically. Where is America going to go in the future? Where are its politics going to go? You know, is the country really as culturally divided as people say? You know, are things going to fall apart? I don't know. You know, I'm not as. I mean, I think that things are going to be rough in America, but I don't think that it will. I don't think it will fall apart. I think that Americans will learn that they have a lot more to gain, you know, together as one country than they do as, you know, separate countries. Essentially, like there's just much more. You know, it's just much more beneficial, even if we have these, you know, political disagreements. It's just so much more beneficial for us to stay together as one single economic unit. Like, you know, I think that will ultimately prevail in the end, but I just think it's going to be a little bit rocky. It's going to be very rocky to kind of shake things out where America's going to go politically. But if you live in Europe, it's gonna be a little bit worse. If you live in Eastern Europe, it's gonna be really bad. If you live in the Middle East, like you're like fucked. Like it's like super dark. I think the Middle East is like a very, very dark and depressing future. And China, another country, has a very depressing future. And a lot of countries in this region also have a depressing future. And over in South America, I don't really know. How things are going to shake out there. My big question is what will happen with Brazil, right? Brazil is, you know, a very powerful country with a lot of internal problems, and how it manages those internal problems going into the future is going to probably decide the fate of South America. South America. Well, there you go. That's like a very brief overview, very cryptic overview of what I think is going to happen. Now we're just like listening to this like epic Russian music in the background. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely do think we are. Like, I think you're right there, Matt. That we're kind of experiencing the end of a golden age, and it's gonna be a rough transition out of that golden age. You know, like a lot of people, like when they talk to me, they're like, "Oh, you think the world's gonna end?" It's like, no, I don't think the world's gonna end. I just think that things are gonna be worse than they have been. You know, that we've been lucky that things have kind of been getting better and better and better, and I think that we're gonna hit a speed bump, and I don't know how big that speed bump is gonna be. That's the real thing. Like, is this the kind of speed bump that really sets us back, or is it kind of like, you know, just get over it and you shake it off and you move forward? I don't know how big that speed bump's gonna be, but I definitely think that we're gonna see kind of the end of like that, like you said, that golden era where things have kind of been getting better and better. I have not listened to the first season of It Could Happen Here. No, I haven't. Yeah, maybe I do have more hope in Americans staying together than a lot of people do. You know, like you talked, like there's a lot of people who are very, very pessimistic about the outlook of the United States' future. I'm less pessimistic. I'll say that. I will say, you know, that things are going to get worse in the United States, just like they are probably everywhere else. But the thing is, like, you know, they'll ride it out a lot better than a lot of other countries. You know, that yeah, things are going to get worse, but things are going to get a lot worse in a lot of other places. So it's not like America's going to be the only one in that boat. Yeah, no, I've heard that whole like the weak men bring hard times thing. I don't think that we've got that kind of thing going on. Matt said, I think a lot of it is really kind of like it is a real like the biggest thing is kind of demographics, like the demographic time bomb, and there was nothing that we could have done about that unless Gen X had more kids. Like, ship sailed on that one. Can't do anything to fix that. But so it has nothing to do with well, if there's weak men or whatever, or like it's just like the fact that everybody's fucking aging, and there are a lot less young people to replace those aging old people, and those factors are basically going to put a lot of pressure. They're going to put a lot of pressure on the systems that we have now, and I don't know what. Like I said, I don't know what's going to break. I don't know what's going to survive into the future, but it's going to be messy. Yeah, I think, like I said, things aren't. We're not at the interesting times yet. I do think that these next 10 years we're going to see a lot of crazy things happening, and it's like I'm just sitting here like holding my breath, like when is it going to go down? When is shit going to really get crazy? Yeah, I mean, I think the thing when it comes to immigration, like U.S. immigration policy is, I definitely think it's going to head more in like you know, whatever you want to say, a closed door nativistic type of type of thinking. But the thing is, though, that the United States is so like like they're very reliant. They're going to become very reliant on Mexico as a trading partner as the 21st century continues. So they can't ever really afford to shut the door on Mexico, because Mexico is, it's an economy that's growing. It has a very young population. It's got a very vibrant population, and the United States is going to need to sell them their shit if they want to, keep things good for their own population. So they can't ever close the door on Mexico. They're gonna have, I think, a very symbiotic relationship moving into the future. The Christian fascist hunt is going to be fun. I don't think we're going to get. I mean, like, I'm not as big a pessimist. Like, I don't think like the theocrats are going to completely take over the U.S. government. Yes, they've taken over the Supreme Court, but it's like there just aren't enough like evangelical Christians in the United States to actually enforce their will, sort of legislatively, I guess, to actually get their politicians elected, especially across the country as a whole. And like that social conservative agenda is so unpopular. It's so disliked, especially by like anyone who is younger than the age of 57. Like that, like I just don't understand why the Republican Party is leaning into social conservatism at a time when it's like literally the dumbest thing they could do politically. Like, it's so fucking stupid right now. Yeah, as someone who is not of that political persuasion, it is fun to kind of like, I feel like the right is kind of in disarray. Like they're kind of struggling right now, and I actually think like probably my hottest take right now is I think that the right is where like the left was in 2016. Like The conservatives are like coming the new sort of SJWs. Like they're falling into these weird purity circles. Like, you know, they're getting more and more extreme. They're coming disconnected with what the average people are thinking, and you know it's going to have some serious political ramifications going into the future. But we'll see. I know not everybody agrees with me on that one, but yeah, I think that the conservatives have spent way too long in the culture war, and it's really hurting them because they're starting to kind of lose the forest for the trees type of thing. Like they think that everything is a fucking like, you know, it's like an internet battle or like a YouTube comment section when, you know, people are actually living their lives and have real concerns and, you know, don't give a shit about that kind of stuff. So we'll see. Yeah. What does MMT have to do with immigration? I don't know. Oh, sorry. You guys having your own conversation there. I wish I had your faith. Yeah. I mean, I like. Like I said, I think things like are gonna get like I think they're gonna get bad, but they're not gonna get like a disintegration of the United States type of bad. But we'll see. I could be wrong. No, you shouldn't have been muted there, Gary. I don't know what's happening. I don't mod anything. I don't mute anything. I don't care. You know. That is the one thing you definitely need to do, is you need to be sure that you're reading comment style speeches. Yeah. I mean, living through I actually do think we are actually living through the decay of capitalism, but unfortunately, I'm not as convinced it's going to be the glorious socialist revolution that's ushered in its place. It's gonna be I don't know. I think it's gonna look more like the economics of what came before capitalism rather than what people think comes after. Which is kind of sad. Anyway, well, this stream has actually, I think, been a very good success. I'm probably going to wrap it up here in another couple minutes. It's getting pretty late. And my throat is also starting to hurt. So, and like the war has been pretty much wrapped up, honestly. Like, we kicked the shit out of Italy. And that's been pretty much it. The Allies have pretty much dominated everything. They become an extremely powerful faction. But yeah, anyway, this has been definitely fun, and I definitely enjoy these kind of low-key moments where we get to sit and talk and just kind of bullshit about all kinds of stuff that's happening. And like I said, I've been really wanting to talk about this kind of stuff and talk about more current events and political stuff. But one of the I guess one of my big things, like I always like, I'm worried about like what's it like, flooding the system, I guess, or like not having good enough quality videos or whatever, especially when it comes to like political stuff. But I don't know what it is when it comes to this kind of format. I'm just more comfortable talking about politics, and I think it's more it's just a better delivery vehicle, because I'm also like, I'm a long-winded kind of guy. Excuse me. Ugh, gross. Anyway, yeah, I'm usually a long-winded kind of guy, and it takes me a while to make the point that I'm trying to make. So it's better to use a format where I can kind of ramble about this kind of stuff. So yeah, I want to touch base with these kind of streams a lot more often, and then kind of keep, like I said, my edited gaming videos not so much focused on, you know, my political passions and thoughts and ideas and whatnot, and just focus on, you know, the games and or in some case, like with Kenshi, the story that I'm trying to tell, or the experience that I'm trying to give you guys. So yeah, hopefully I can keep things somewhat segregated going forward, because I know not everybody is into just not everyone's into politics. Not everybody likes to talk about it. A lot of people have, they don't have a very high appetite for that kind of stuff. I have a very high appetite for that kind of stuff, and I need to outsource it. I don't have enough sources to get it out in my personal life, so now it's being outsourced onto the internet. A lot of people died in those systems. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying things are like good, or like I'm not saying that things are going to be good, or that these systems are superior. I'm saying kind of the opposite, really. I'm just like just being a little black-pilled, I guess, about the future. That like the system that is going to replace capitalism is I feel like it's gonna go backwards more than it's gonna go forwards. But maybe that's just me being pessimistic. Who knows? Oh yes, and yeah, we are definitely. I should mention this. We are 100%. When Immortal Empires comes out, we are definitely doing Immortal Empires content. I'm definitely going to do some videos for it. Definitely going to do a live stream or something like that for it. I cannot freaking wait for Immortal Empires. I'm unbelievably excited, and my expectations are sky high for it. So when it comes out, yeah, there's going to be a lot of Immortal Empires crap in the pipeline. That's fucking weird. Like that, you're getting censored like that. I want to see if it's something on my end. It shouldn't be. Like I said, I don't like that kind of shit. Where it takes away what people want to say, even what they want to say is, something that I disagree with and I find reprehensible. I'd rather them be able to say it in their pure form. So I don't want. Yeah, I don't know if it has automatic censorship or automatic bots or whatever, but I certainly don't want that kind of shit. So I'm gonna look in to see if there's like a setting that I've turned on or something like that. Yeah, that map is amazing. That map, like as a guy who loves map porn, like that is like, it's a beautiful, beautiful map. So many curves, so many voluptuous curves. I'm not that like that. Oh my god! What the fuck? oh, excuse me. Wow. There we go. That's the perfect note to end the stream on. I guess I want to puppet Austria. And that's pretty much apparently all I can do. Fucking Soviets took all the territory for the Italians. Why am I missing the fucking... Oh, it went up, that's why. And I want to take that, there you go. Just gotta take the Italian boot. Holy shit. This is one hell of a peace conference. But yeah. Oh, here we go. What? Wait, what? What the fuck just happened? Okay, that was super weird. The Royal Tour of the Dominion of Canada. Hooray! Well, there we go. Excuse me. Whew. I'm starting to lose my voice, so I gotta wrap this up. Well, there you go. Well, I certainly hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I'm gonna have to probably bring it to kind of an abrupt ending here. Let's see if I got anything more. Yeah, I'm very interested in the new peace conference system as well, because the old one has always been terrible. I wonder why Portugal has a beautiful, ugly brown color here. Excuse me, in any case, yeah, I'm starting to lose it, so I want to thank you guys for watching. This has been DeComrade, signing off for now, and I hope you enjoyed this kind of test stream, and we'll certainly have more in the future. So, until next time, you guys take care.